Hello and welcome everyone, it's Shanna. Now today we're going to be working with this Cocoa Wonderland set from Spellbinders, and it's basically a Santa cocoa mug, and it is super cute. You've got the mug with a sweet little face on it, a tree, a bulb, different trees, and we're also going to bring in this arch set. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a tag with this cocoa mug, and I'm actually going to make the mug a gift card holder is what I'm going to do. So if you stay tuned, you'll watch how I'm going to turn this mug into the gift card holder. So I've got all of my bits and pieces already die cut out and ready to go, and we're just going to do some quick assembly. I'm just popping out the little mouth there. And I have all of my pieces, and this little piece here is to cover up the mouth. Now you could do it in red or pink or whatever. I grabbed black because I was looking at the package and they did black, and I just did black. But after I did it, that first piece was the eyes, and then this little piece here that kind of looks like a heart is for the mouth. And I did the eyes and the mouth in black. And like I said, you could do the mouth in red or pink or whatever, and it'd be cute. I was just looking at the package, and I did what they did on the package. And for the most part, I kind of followed it. But I'm going to put my twist on it by making it a gift card holder. And I have made one of these already. I'm making the second one, and I thought I would video it because my husband always gets gift cards for my daughters for Christmas for the Starbucks. And so he's already got the gift cards, and I thought, well, he's going to want something nice to put them in. So I thought I'll make these little Santa mugs into gift cards because they're going to get drinks with it. And so I thought it was very suitable. And then just make it a tag, and then he can put it on, their package, or we can attach it to their stocking or something like that, and it'll be super cute. So that's what I've got planned. So here I'm putting on the little eyebrow, and here's the mustache, and we've got the whipped cream. I've got all my bits and pieces. I'm looking for my other eyebrow, and I've realized that evidently in the process of making the other one, I have misplaced the one little eyebrow. And so I'm just digging around here trying to find it, thinking it's laying underneath something. But eventually I figure out it's not there. I'm going to even lift up, my Santa and see if he was stuck to it. I looked at my plates and the paper that I cut it out in and everything and couldn't find it. So at this point, I'm like, just start pulling out pieces and maybe I'll find it. So I'm just going to keep pulling out the pieces until I try to find it, but I don't find it. So we'll bring in some of the white paper. And I also thought sometimes you leave it on the paper that you die cut it out with. So I thought I'll grab that sheet and look for it there. But ultimately, I do not find it. So I'm just going to grab that die. It's this one here. And we'll get the Empress plates and get it die cut out. And you'll see I actually grab and I look, and it's not there. So who knows? It's probably stuck on me or on the floor or something or whatever. So today I decided that I was going to take the rug out of my craft room. It had been getting just bits and pieces on it and wear and tear. And so I just pulled it out, drug it out, took it out of my craft room, and then it started on a frenzy of cleaning in my craft room and reorganizing, and I got it all done. I've had the boys the past couple days, and so I really didn't have a lot of free time to craft, but when Gunner went down for a nap, that's when I decided to pull the rug out and to start cleaning in there. So he was down for a good 2 hours, so I spent a good 2 hours and just organizing and cleaning and getting everything put up. And I'm really satisfied with what I did. I actually took the pegboard that I had. I just had a very narrow, long pegboard that I had on the wall. I took it down and did just a variety of different things. Now here are the cheeks of the Santa. And I die cut them out in white with the eyebrows. And so I just brought in a little tri-blend marker and colored in pink. This one's got a little piece of black on it that I'm fussing with trying to get it off. And we'll just get these cheeks laid down on there, and they're super cute. Now the nose, we're not going to put it on until we put the mustache on, because it actually attaches to the mustache. And there's some great deboss detail on there that you can see or embossed, I guess, I don't know, that you can see where to line up this mustache. And then you've got the area for the nose. And of course, Santa had, you know, a red nose because he was cold from being out in the snow. So we're going to get it laid down on there. And his little face is coming together. Super, super cute set. So this is like some decorative trim that we're going to get laid down on there for like the edge of the cup of the mug. And then we've got this pink, and it's got, I used Spellbinders cardstock on most of the project, and so it's heavy. So I had to use my pick tool and poke out the extra little bits so that I can get this laid down on here. But anyway, so I usually, probably quarterly, I rearrange my craft room and give it a refresh. And so I had started this voiceover yesterday, and then Gunnar went home, but Westy decided to stay, and he actually spent the night. So this morning I'm finishing up the voiceover. And so when I came into the craft room to start finishing it up, I was like, oh, everything's so clean and nice. It was so nice to come into just everything being put away and everything being nice and clean, and my desktop is clean and everything. So it'll be that way for about, I don't know, let's see, I've got about 10 more minutes of voiceover to do, and then I'll start in crafting and making a mess again. So we're going to get this tree assembled. There's just the tiniest little base to the tree, and I cut it out in brown. And I was thinking, these little pieces that are here, you've got this tiny tree and another skinny tree similar, and then you've got like, I don't know, they're kind of like, I don't know, like skinny bottle brush trees, or not really bottle brush, but almost like taper candle trees. You could use those pieces on their own without the mug and create a cute little scene with those. In fact, you could bring in that mantle, that Simon Hurley mantle, and use it and put these pieces on it, and it would make a cute little scene. So I encourage you to look at your sets differently. And kind of look at them individually. Like this ornament here, you could do a whole bunch of ornaments like this and use them for a card. So anyway, what I'm saying is I encourage you to look at the pieces individually and how you might be able to utilize them for, you know, different looking cards, certainly. You could even use the whipped cream for die cut it out in brown, and you could have a little poop emoji card if you wanted to do that. Anyway, so this is the little hanger to the bulb, and I die cut it out in gold, and we're just going to get it assembled. And we've also got some packages, so you could take the tree and some packages and just create a little scene with that. You could do a bunch of little packages in different colors. And you've got some bows. Just trying to get it lined up. I can see that it's crooked, so I'm working with my tweezers to get it lined up. And we'll get the little bow on there. And this bow has got the ribbon, and then there's another bow that will do the tails to the, or another die piece that'll do the tails to the ribbon. So you've got two pieces on this. I've been on a quest these last few videos to drag out the old stuff and work with it. You know, for inspiration for you guys if you have some of the older pieces, and to play with my toys. I have a lot of things that I've used just one time, and so I'm trying to get them out and use them and, you know, have some fun with them and create some different things. So I've got this pink tree, and it's like this one, only it's much smaller, and I'm just going to layer it up. I've got, you know, I'm kind of layering these tight because you've got just a little bit of area for all these little different things. And so I'm just trying to layer them up and squeeze them in there. And I am using my packaging for inspiration. There's no reason why you can't just take your packaging and use it for inspiration as well. So what I'm thinking is I've got to assemble my whipped cream and all of my little elements to the back of my mug and attach them. And then I'll put foam on the mug, and you'll be able to slide the card in between all of the decorative elements and the mug and the card base. So the decorative elements will cover up a lot of your gift card, but you'll still be able to see it poking out and realize that there's a gift card in there. So we're going to layer these two pieces up as well and just tuck them on. And it's super cute. And then we've got our package. Now I'm not going to use those two green trees that are die cut up there. I die cut those out and then I realized I was going to change the color scheme. So we'll get our ball blade down on here. And just give it a good push. And then we're going to attach these. And we've got some different layers there, but I did not have any problem with tucking the gift card in. It didn't hang up on anything, especially because the ornaments are on the back, or the embellishments are on the back, so they actually are lower. And so I'll put out enough foam tape on there to pop it up to where it slides in easily, and it can be pulled out easily. Now here's the reinforcer for this set. I'll link all the materials in there. This arch set, it actually has a little tag in it that has a circle, and so it has a reinforcer. But I just used my, just standard hole punch and die cut it, or punched out a hole there, and then we're going to use this die cut piece to reinforce it. And then we'll lay our nested panel down on there, and I'm going to kind of push it toward the bottom so that we'll have room for a reinforcer there. And I'm going to kind of line my mug up with it at the bottom there. And so we need some foam to pop this up so that we can have some space between where our gift card is going to go. And so I traced a credit card and just wrote gift card sample, and I'm keeping it in my craft room so that when I'm making gift card holders, I can just use this piece for my measurement and just kind of use it to gauge how much space I need. So that's what I've got there. And I just wrote gift card sample on it so that I'll know not to throw that piece of paper away when I come across it. So we're just going to put some of these foam strips that I have, and they're just thin foam strips. And I'm deciding how far down I want to let my gift card go. And then I'm going to put a stopper on the bottom there. And now we're ready to assemble it. Just making sure we've got good movability, and we do. Got to roll them sleeves up and get in there, get after it. So I'm going to press the foam tape down really well and try to get this to remove. Right now I have no fingernails, and so I can't get a hold of anything. I did gel polish them, and my gel polish was super thick, so they look really bad, but better than plain, I guess. So we'll just give it a really good press. Going to clean up my mess. I'm going to bring in some baker's twine. I have some red and white baker's twine, and then I'm also going to bring in some pink ribbon that I had in my stash. I probably picked this up at the dollar store. And we're just add a ribbon and some baker's twine to it, and we're just going to loop it and poke it through and just make like a little decorative ribbon on there. And I'm not sure if I'm going to hang this from the tree, hang it on the stocking, or stick it in the stocking or on a gift or whatever. So we'll just go like this. And I did create a second one beforehand, so we will show two of them in the pictures. And I did the bows differently. This one I just kind of let dangle, and then the other one I kind of tied in a bow. So I'll fuss with it for a little bit, and I'll just decide to just let it hang. And that'll finish it off. So I think it's a cute way to turn this little mug into a gift card holder. And I'm going to bring in a Holly Jolly sentiment for this one and just find a spot to lay down on it. I think the second one I didn't actually put a sentiment on. And of course you can flip it over and write on the back and just put a little message on the back of the tag. So this Holly Jolly will finish it off. I think it's a cute way to create a gift tag and reuse the die set. So here we go. We got our little sample gift tag, and it'll just slide right in there, and I think it's super cute. So I appreciate you watching. If you haven't subscribed, I'd welcome you to subscribe to my channel. And if you like the content, if you'd hit that like button, that sure does help out my channel. It helps it to grow. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.